Hi, this is Lucy, and this is Tuesday Talks at 3. Welcome to this episode of Procrastination Intervention. And it's actually a series that has got 4 specific sessions that I'll be taking you through. See, procrastination can hinder personal and professional growth. It is a dream killer. Like I say, this particular series has got 4 topics that I'll be taking you through. And the first one that we cover today is personal triggers. It'll be about identifying your personal triggers and exploring the reasons you procrastinate. And actually looking at the fact that procrastination is a friend and not something to be afraid of. Our second episode will be about time management, and this will be looking at techniques that you can use to overcome procrastination. I'm very sure that this is something that we all want from time to time because procrastination is here to stay. And number 3, it'll be about enhancing your focus. So looking at areas of your motivation. What motivates you? What kind of discipline are you putting out there for yourself? Do you have a level of determination or consistency? That'll be about enhancing focus. And then we'll finish off this procrastination intervention series with the growth mindset. Because it is important for you to be in a certain space between your ears so that you can hold true to your goals and be able to honor them. Well, today it's all about personal triggers. And the question is, what one emotion stops you from getting started? What one emotion stops you from getting started? I mean, we're coming from a premise of we've already got our goals up and running. And even if we don't have them up and running, we've got them scheduled to be up and running. Whatever it is, we have goals. And we want to be able to kickstart these goals. We do find ourselves in a situation where we procrastinate. And procrastination just means, by just simple definition, you're not starting what you set out to start. You're not able to take that first step for one reason or the other. And in this personal trigger session, I am here to help you with 3 very easy steps that you can implement immediately so that you can start off on that goal, on that task, on that idea, on that dream that you had, and not allow procrastination to pull you back. And the first one is identifying or understanding your patterns. You know, just the way life is, in any discipline that you are in, there are patterns. So whether you're looking at a pattern from your athlete or your athletic life or from your fitness life, whatever it is, there is a pattern. This is what you do. This is what is set out to happen. So this is what you do to make it happen. However, it's not happening. And you find that whenever you get there, you're unable to launch. So understanding these patterns, the things that happen that don't allow you to launch, that bring you to that point where you are unable to launch, has got to be your first step. So I want you to be able to ask yourself, once I understand these patterns, what will it do for me? I'd like you to say that it is a game changer. Because once you start to understand that this is the one thing that is stopping me from moving forward, then you are able to call it by name and work around it. Even bring in the Calvary, bring in your tribe, your inner circle, your accountability partner to help you to move on with it. So getting personal with our procrastination habits is something that I have done. In fact, the joke is that I am a recovering procrastinator, because meaning that it doesn't really go away. I am recovering. I am always in the practice of getting better. I'd like you to take a moment now. Again, I say we're coming from a place of a context of we have created our goals, our action plans, our tactical actions. We want to already start off and launch, but you're unable to. That one goal that you have been unable to start, think about it now. Or maybe there are 2 or 3 goals. Stay with me here now and bring that goal to the forefront of your mind, to your frontal cortex. And when you think about these areas that you're working on, which of these goals are you most likely to hit the pause button on tasks? So which of these goals are you most likely to hit the pause button on these tasks? So maybe you want to scale up your education so that for whatever reason you want to be better equipped, have better knowledge, or you're looking for a promotion at work, or you're looking for a board position, and you know this is one area that you need to work on so that you are on a level playing field and you are able to stand up for this interview, this opportunity, this project, or just this tender process. I want you to think about that thing, and then the one that you're most likely to hit the pause button on the task. So this is what you want to do. And it will take you perhaps going in and identifying, doing a bit of research, identifying which school you need to attend, or which programs you need to attend, or which books you need to attend, but you just can't seem to get that off the ground. No matter what you tried, you just can't seem to get it off the ground, and therefore you're recognizing that this is procrastination. And you're like, help guys, I need to start doing this thing, but I can't seem to get it off the ground. Perhaps it's not just a specific task that stops you and it says, later, I will do this later. And before you know it, time has gone by. You're really into the procrastination mode. The goal is there, the tasks are there, but you can't take off. I am sure I am talking to somebody out there. And if I am speaking with you, please just drop me an acknowledgement right here so that we can get chatting about procrastination and understanding your personal triggers. So we're talking about getting to know your patterns. And how best can you do this? It is when you figure out that thing that stops you. And therefore we're going back to the tasks. Which task are you most likely to pause and hit that button so that you don't move forward? So it could be the one of studying. That could be it. Or maybe it's an emotion. It doesn't necessarily have to be a task, guys. It could be an emotion that is stopping you from moving forward. What emotion is it? Call it. Is it indiscipline that is stopping you from moving forward? Is it FOMO, fear of missing out, that is stopping you from moving forward? Is it envy that consumes you, that is stopping you from moving forward? Is it overwhelm and stress that gets you to a point where you just freeze and you're unable to move forward? When does it show up? When does this emotion show up? What action is it that happens that triggers it? Could it be that somebody has called you and said, we would like you to lead this group of people in this program, and suddenly you just shut down because you feel you're not good enough? That could be your trigger. And therefore fear is definitely a trigger here. You find that there's a pattern. Anytime you're called upon by somebody external to come and show up and speak to a group of people, this is what stops you dead in your tracks. You're beginning to understand that there is a pattern here. So whatever discipline it is that you're in, there will be a pattern. And so I encourage you to identify what these patterns are. What patterns are you going through? Are you experiencing, I beg your pardon? Just make sure that this is something real for you that you can see. And my biggest tip is write it down. By now, for those of you who follow me, you know I am so passionate about writing down things because it moves from your mind and down. And reality happens in 2 places, in your mind and in reality, and that is in writing it down. So the tip that I have for you here is start a procrastination diary. Sounds scary, doesn't it? Perhaps you're imagining, Lucy, if I start a procrastination diary, that means I'm accepting that I'm not getting things done. Well, this is where we start. We need to be vulnerable with ourselves. So start a procrastination diary and note down what you are avoiding. Note it down because you know it. You know it is your own inside thought. Nobody else knows exactly what you're going through, only you do. So write it down. These are your private thoughts. Write down what you're avoiding and how you're feeling, because that really helps. So it's like being a detective of your own life. It's like you going and looking for clues and uncovering them and making sense of them. And as you look at it, you're able to decipher it and get discerning of what you're supposed to be doing. And you will find that as you write down in this procrastination diary, whatever your experiences are, what you're afraid of, what emotion you're experiencing, you will find that you begin to move forward with this knowledge. You begin to move forward with this knowledge. Now, I am cognizant of the fact that not everybody is comfortable with writing things down. Whether you're writing it on a notebook or capturing it on your phone, I'm cognizant of that. So how about a second tip? You look at your accountability partners. You look at your tribe, or you look at your inner circle, people that you can trust, and you actually share with them your goal. Then you share with them these feelings that you have. This thing that perhaps is stopping you, is standing in between you and where you want to be. And you are so desirous to get to that point. But it is procrastination that is stopping you. You're unable to cross over because of procrastination. Share with your tribe, your people. Share with your inner circle. And that is akin to writing it down. What you've done is removed it from inside of you and put it out here in the other area of the other realm, I beg your pardon, of reality. And this is key. So understanding these patterns is a first step towards changing them. So you want to flip them now. Now that you know them, now that you've given them a name, flip it. Flip it. This pattern is the one that's stopping me from arriving at my desire. It could be that I'm unable to read. So flip it and see, how else am I able to read this book? Maybe, like somebody said to me the other time, Coach Lucy, I don't have the time to do all this. And when we got thinking and talking, they came up with a solution for themselves. That because they're always on the move, in the car, in the transport, walking, and sitting in reception areas waiting to be seen, perhaps they want to go in and make a pitch for their business. What they could do is have that little earphone in their ear or the headset so that they can be consuming this book. And therefore they go ahead and they read. They read the book. And already this particular individual found that they were reading more books than they ever could. They just flipped it. So take your pattern, the thing that is stopping you, identify it through your procrastination diary, and then flip it. So the second one now is about emotions. That is now the impact of emotions. Understanding how emotions affect procrastination. You see, procrastination is not only about an issue of time management. It's about emotions. And these emotions are deep, like I mentioned in the last session, where we talk about overwhelm, we talk about stress, we talk about anxiety perhaps. Here there's fear of failure. There's fear of success. And you might be saying, success, fear of success? How is that a thing? Well, fear of success, and stay with me here, fear of success comes upon you when you begin to imagine, when I succeed, how will I maintain that particular momentum? And a perfect example is the athletes who bring home gold medals. Whether you're a marathon runner, whether you're a sprinter, and you bring home a gold medal, and you start to think about the next gold medal. It means you have to maintain whatever it is you had, that level of discipline, whatever it is that you did, you just fill out the blanks there. You need to maintain it and go a step higher. And this can be very intimidating. This can freeze you. Imagine that you are the best student in your class and you are student number 1 and you have to maintain this. Another term, CATs are coming, exams are coming, projects are going to be given out. And you want to maintain this. It comes with its own dynamics of stress. Imagine that you are the person who was chosen to do a certain project. And now the contract is coming to an end. It is time now to come back and sit for an interview or ask for a renewal. Again, these dynamics are something else. So what emotions come for you? This is the fear of success now that visits you. Because the fear of success suggests that I've already performed very well. I now need to perform very well also, but go a step higher. I need to beat my own record. And this comes with its own stress and overwhelm. And at times, it is these emotions that freeze you from moving forward. This is where the procrastination happens. So remember the question of today. What one emotion stops you from getting started? Figure it out. Write it down or share it with your tribe so that every time you experience it, you know, I know you and I can see you coming from a mile away. And this is how we are going to deal with you. It just says that our emotions are running the show here. They are running the show because we are allowing them to run the show. Feeling scared or not doing something perfectly is normal. But if we allow that to consume us, we will be paralyzed. It could be a very daunting idea to say, I'm getting up to do this today. I know, I experienced that a lot of times. But I still choose to get up and move on. I am not allowing the emotions to be the bosses of me, and therefore bringing on procrastination to being a thing in my life. Procrastination now is my friend. Procrastination is an opportunity for me to grow. This is where I have kept procrastination. This is my secret weapon in beating procrastination, and that is acknowledging my emotions. I'm able to confront these barriers that are stopping me by calling them by name and then flipping them that they are actually things that work for me. So success just requires me to grow in service, and therefore I will show up. And where I need to learn, I will go back to the books, I will go back to online learning, I will go back to resources and go back to support system that's going to help me. So today, what one area in your life is slowing down from a point of emotions? Figure it out, look at it, call it by name, and don't allow it to be the boss of you. Last but not least is self-compassion, and this is where kindness comes in. And you keep on hearing me in my sign-off where I say, be kind to yourself. It is so important to extend love and self-compassion to yourself, because whatever is going on inside here is the only thing that you can pour out to others or to any situation. Being able to have a big dose of kindness to self is key in being able to regenerate, rejuvenate, re-energize yourself. Exploring the reasons why we procrastinate can feel like you're opening a can of worms. But I encourage you to open that can of worms and see the worms that are in there and speak to that situation. Remember, this is a no judgment zone. You are on your own. You're figuring out why you're procrastinating. So you're extending compassion and love to yourself. And this does help you when it comes to growth, as I mentioned in the last session. Being able to show yourself some love and compassion, understanding why you procrastinate without pointing fingers at yourself, just gives you that space to become, to be. And you will begin to find that the peace, the joy, the fulfillment that fills you up is the way that you show up in situations and for other people. Talking about showing up, we tend to show up for other people except ourselves. So in this third tip that I'm giving you, I'm encouraging you to be self-compassionate, to show love to yourself. So here's a question for you. Where do you need love and compassion today in your life? From yourself, not somebody else. And the second question is, what do you commit to do in this very moment to demonstrate love and compassion to yourself? These are key questions for you to be able to stay on top of your own self-care. Nobody is expected to come and fill that cup for yourself. For you, I beg your pardon. So figure out ways that you can be able to fill your cup with compassion and love by asking yourself, in what areas do I need this? And where can I find this love and compassion for self? Is it in a quiet time? Is it in reading? Is it in exercising? And let me be honest here. I have been struggling with one particular aspect of my life, and that is my fitness regime. In the last 4 months, I have really struggled with it. Before that, I was able to honor my fitness regime every day. As I speak to you now, I am back on that horse, yet procrastination still lives in my neighborhood. But what have I done? I have roped in my tribe. I have informed people around me that this is what I am doing, and they have actually pitched in to help me execute my fitness regime. Am I there yet? No. But because I have a tribe, I now have accountability, not to self, but to others, that I become a better self, that I can show up for you who's here today. So right now in my fitness regime, I've got a team that is helping me to work on my fitness regime. And I'm happy to say that though I'm not yet there, I'm on the path of getting back onto that proverbial horse and staying on. And what it is taking is a 21-day habit. And today, ladies and gentlemen, it is day 3 for me. And it's not easy. But I am driven by that compassion. I am not defined by the things that I cannot do. I am defined by the things that I feel. And right now I am feeling hopeful. The opposite of fear is faith. I am hopeful in that faith that things will work out. All I need to do is show up. So I've got my kit all kitted out, and I am just at the end of this particular session, I go out for my fitness regime. And then I show myself compassion that even if I don't do the entire 50 minutes of my fitness regime, I showed up. Self-compassion. Forgive yourself. In what area do you need to forgive yourself when it comes to showing you compassion and love? You see, once you get to this point, then you will be able to forgive somebody else. You will be able to extend love and compassion to somebody else. You have to start with yourself. And in this special month of love, it is a leap year, 2024, and the month is February. We have exactly one extra day to show love. And I am choosing me for now. And I'm choosing the love of my life, who is me. How about you? Well, in conclusion, as we come to the end of our session, our question today was, what one emotion stops you from getting started? Getting started on that action plan that you put down with so much passion and energy in the past 30 days. And now it's time to execute, but there's an emotion that's stopping you. Well, diving into procrastination habits helps you. Just knowing those habits or those patterns that are formed. Make sure that you delve in them and have your procrastination diary. Emotions like fear of failure or perfection or success are very normal in everybody's life. You're not alone. What I encourage you to do is confront these emotions, call them by name, and deal with them. Rope in people to help you if you need that. You may need a mentor, you may need a coach, you may need your tribe. The choice is yours. But do something. Don't allow yourself to stick your head in the sand and hope that it goes away, because it will not go away. Last but not least, extend that self-compassion to yourself and see how that works out for you. Love of self first. Understand who you are and where you're coming from so that you are showing up from that place of knowledge. Well, the 3 takeaways that I always promise you when we're looking at personal triggers, here you go. The first takeaway is make procrastination work for you. This means the knowledge that you will have, make it your friend. The knowledge that you'll have about self is just about that self-awareness. Understand where you're coming from. Number 2, confront your emotional barriers. Call them by name. Do not be afraid of them. They are friendly. They are not enemies. It is your life after all. Understand where there is room to grow and latch onto that opportunity. And last but not least, extend love to self. It is so key that you extend love to self. And now this is a great way to end our episode today. And this particular episode will be up on our YouTube channel by this evening. Our YouTube channel, as you all know, is LMC Consultancy. And while you were there, subscribe and hit the notification button and share with others so that we can get this message across to more people and it can actually have a wide reach. And while you're there, we've got our YouTube shorts that we have started. I would like to hear from you. We've opened up the comment section so that you can tell us what it is that you want to be hearing from us and when it is you want to hear from us. Well, personal planning is key, as we had finished in our setting realistic goals of 2024. And we are on cohort number 2 of personal planning this February. We start tonight, tomorrow, and the night after that. Yes, you have definitely missed the opportunity. We did give you an opportunity to win a free seat. Maybe you're still working on it. I will go back and check on my social media. You may be one of the lucky winners, and if you are, congratulations. See you this evening. I will be sending you the details. So if you've missed your spot, we have one in March. It is the last one of the year. We only do 3 programs in the beginning of the year on personal planning, and we'll be able to help you register for that. You can find me on my social media platforms, all of them, where I am found as Lucy_your Clarity Coach, IG, Facebook, and TikTok. Or on LinkedIn, you can find me as Lucy Macridis, and I'll be very happy to share with you information on the March cohort. It is a month of love, and it is a leap year, as I have said. And we have 1 extra day to show love. So whether you're showing love to yourself or you've reached a point where you know how to show love to yourself and you're ready to show love to others, follow me, because I've got something very special for you for the 29th day of this month that you do not want to miss. Look out for this one-time offer and we will get talking. Let us help build each other, and until then, be kind to yourselves. Bye-bye now.